What's going on, Jerome's? Since our NFL power rankings are so controversial, may as well do some NFL picks as well. So here's what we got heading into Week 6, National Football League, getting it on. So we got the early games. First one up, Texans at Titans. So Titans coming in at 4-0. Texans 1-4, getting the first win of the season against the Jaguars. Cool. Deshaun deserves better, but it is what it is. Titans are rolling. Also, I do respect the sort of FU energy that they are bringing to the table, since they do feel like they're persecuted, even though everything with COVID was their fault. But anyways, Tennessee gets it done, moves to 5-0, 36-17 over the Houston Texans. Next up, so you got the 4-1 Ravens visiting the 1-3-1 Eagles in the Wooter Bowl. The Wooter Bowl. Yeah. So Travis Fulgham is doing some amazing things with the Eagles, former practice squad guy, former Lion, former Packer wide receiver. Him and Carson Wentz actually have something going on, mainly because Philly doesn't have any other choices because all their wide receivers are hurt. Their offensive line is just a who? It's basically a replacement's offensive line. Scabs. Ravens are rolling, even with Lamar Jackson a little bit dinged up. But I think that Baltimore gets it done. I think it's a lot closer than you would think, but the Eagles, who fall to 1-4-1, Baltimore 26-24. The Ravens, or excuse me, the Eagles still at 1-4-1, still have a decent shot to win the East, which is just depressing. Every single year this happens, but I digress. Next up, Falcons at the Vikings. Vikings will get a load of Julio Jones, and also they don't have the Julio eraser anymore. They don't have Xavier Rhodes, who always played well against Julio and played like garbage against everyone else, but it's okay. Vikings secondary, even though Calvin Ridley is a stud, Russell Gage is legit as well. It is going to be a bit of a shootout, but the Vikings offense gets it done. Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, able to put up some yardage on the 31st ranked passing defense in the league. Even without Dalvin Cook, don't need him. Alexander Madison out there hurdling fools. The Vikings win 30-27. If that score reminds you of something, there you go. Next up, you have the Browns and Steelers. Sneaky, the best game of the week. So you got the 4-0 Steelers hosting the 4-1 Browns. This could be a big part of who's going to be representing the AFC North in the playoffs, throwing the Baltimore Ravens, of course, as well. Kevin Stefanski's first taste of this rivalry. Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph getting it back on, even though Mason Rudolph is a nobody who'll just be holding a clipboard on the sidelines. But I do believe this is going to be a thriller. I think that Stefanski and the Browns, OBJ passes COVID test. He's going to be back on the sidelines. Browns get it done even without Nick Chubb. Give me Browns 41-39. Whew. It'll be a fun game. Start everyone in that game, by the way, if you got fantasy. Chase Claypool also scores 4 more touchdowns. Anyway, next up, so from the best game of the week to possibly the worst game of the week. So you got Bengals at the Colts. Bengals, Joe Burrow, future is bright. You like T. Higgins, but the rest of the team, oh boy. Colts. Philip. I don't understand why they went with Phillip Rivers. He is dead. He has ceased to be. Jacob Eason ain't it. Jacoby Brissett is a fine backup, but that's really about his ceiling. But the Colts do have the best defense in the league by all available metrics. So they shut down Joe Burrow. They don't really do much on offense, but whatever. Ugly win. But a win is a win. They moved to 4-2. Give me Colts 17, Bengals 6. Next up, so Lions and the Jaguars. Now, Jaguars had a player test positive for the Rona on Saturday. They're remote as of right now, but it does seem like the game is going to be on as scheduled. Either way, it's the who wants it less bowl. All right, so Lions a 1-3, Jaguars a 1-4. This is one of those games that could have a big impact on who picks at the top of the NFL draft in 2021. But I think Minshew Mania gets back on track against the Lions that are home. Duval, they got fans. Also, James Robinson runs a little bit wild on the Lions. So give me Jacksonville 34, Lions 27. Next up, so you got the Bears, the most fraudulent 4-1 team in NFL history. They still might end up 4-12. Absolute frauds. And then the Panthers have won 3 straight behind. Hey, Turner. So Matt Rule, Joe Brady starting to figure things out. Mike Davis has been an absolute beast as well. Former Bear, by the way. Carolina gets it done. Drops the Bears to 4-2. Actually, they're both 4-2. Give me Carolina 30, Bears 20. Oh, next up. Oh, yeah. Speaking of terrible games, there's some really good games, and then there's some just hot garbage. So you got Washington at the Giants. Speaking of a game that could determine who's drafting towards the top of the draft, this is just the Gross Bowl. It is Alex Smith Kyle Allen, TBD, who's going to be starting? It's probably Kyle Allen. But, I mean, that Washington offensive line, even though they do have Scherf back, might be one of the worst in NFL history besides the stupid Eagles. But they do have some pieces. They have Scary Terry. They have the running back Antonio Gibson coming out of Memphis. Giants, they're just sort of playing out the string. But just somehow, some way, they accidentally get a win. Ow, it hurts. It hurts. There goes Trevor Lawrence. Even though if they ended up at 1, they probably won't take him anyway because Gettleman is so stubborn. And he's like, oh, Danny Dimes. He's still our guy, please. But Giants get it done 26-24. Might be their only win of the season. So it's rough. Last of the noon games. So Broncos-Patriots. This is the one that had COVID rescheduled. Broncos and Patriots had the bye last week. Now, Drew Lock potentially could be back. Either way, it's whatever. Start Blake Bortles, you cowards. Cam Newton will also be back as well. Patriots get it back online at Foxborough, 44-13. Bloodbath. Speaking of bloodbath, so the Jets legit might be the worst team in NFL history. So they just got rid of Le'Veon Bell, one of their only offensive players with talent. Adam Gase is a dead man walking. Miami's starting to get rolling. They had that big upset win last week at San Francisco. Fitzmagic is doing the damn thing. Preston Williams, Devontae Parker are legit. Miles Gaskins is decent, as well as Mike Gesicki getting some things done. I think this one is ugly. Give me Dolphins 52, Jets 6. It might not even be that close. And Adam Gase has to be fired after this. It just straight up has to be. Last of the late games. Well, only 2 late games. This is another great game. So you got the Bucks at 3-2, should be 4-1, except Brady can't count to 4. As well as you got the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers coming off their bye, cool, at 4-0. Even though, yeah, the Bears are the most fraudulent 4-1 team in NFL history, the Packers are up there too. Because who have they really beaten, including the Vikings? Self-burn. Those are rare. But I think this is going to be a great game. I think Tom Brady and company just slightly get it done. Mike Evans might play. Chris Godwin might play. I think they just eke this one out. Tyler Johnson catches the game-winning touchdown pass as time expires. Give me Tampa Bay 32 and the Packers 29. Sunday Night Football, so got the Battle of California, NFC West Showdown. So the Rams are back. Boy blunder is now boy wonder yet again. Aaron Donald is completely unblockable. And the Niners are frauds. They straight up are. Cool. Your 2 wins are against the Jets and the Giants. Awesome. But they gave it away now last week against the Dolphins. What do you think the Rams are going to do? I think that this one is not particularly close. Rams 38, Niners 16, and just trade for Kirk already, you cowards. Next up, so the 2 Monday night games again. So this was supposed to be Tuesday Night Football, but since the Titans shifted everything around, the Bills played on Tuesday night. So, of course, can't play back-to-back. This ain't the MAC. So they got the early Monday night game. And the Chiefs got humbled at home. John Gruden, Derek Carr, and the Raiders got things done. I think that they might slip up again because the Bengals, even though they certainly got owned to a degree by the Titans, I think Josh Allen bounces back. I think Stephon Diggs is too good to keep down. I think this defense comes back as well, although it ends up being a bit of a shootout because it's Patrick freaking Mahomes. But, yeah, give me the Bills. No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. 39-35. We're hitting all the scoregamis on here. It's great. And then lastly, Monday Night Football, former NFC East showdown. Oh, this is the Jerry Maguire Bowl. This is a Rod Tidwell Bowl. So we got Cardinals at the Cowboys. Kyler, Nuke, certainly dialed in, getting things going. Andy Dalton, this is his first start for the Cowboys. In place of the unfortunately injured Dak Prescott. I think Arizona does get it done. They're a sneaky good team. Cliff Kingsbury is under the radar, starting to get things together out there in Arizona. So give me the Cardinals, 27-26 over the Cowboys on Monday Night Football in Jarrah World. Big time. All right, so that is it. Those are Week 6 NFL picks. Where do you agree? Where do you disagree? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.